Hey everybody, it's Sam, your captain of adventures here at Budget Boomers Adventures. During my last tip video, I discussed the topic of booking air flights and the importance of familiarizing yourself with the airports and the airlines that service the communities that you live, or those within 50 to 100 miles of your area. Both are very important factors in saving money on air flights. So once you've established flights and determined the airline that you want to fly, then you have to begin the process of comparing flight costs if you plan on saving money. And I mean things such as direct flights, connecting flights, layovers, they all factor in. So you have to do a little research and find out exactly how much money you're going to save by doing this. Once you've established that, one of the other key factors is the cost of your luggage. Most every airline out there allows at least one personal item that you can carry on for free. Now don't get this mixed up with a carry-on luggage that usually costs substantially and adds to your flight cost. If you just absolutely feel that you have to have a lot of extra stuff, by all means pay the additional cost. Just make sure when you're booking that same carry-on is allowed on your return flight, or you'll pay for that too. But if you're adventurous like most of us boomers are, then you have to start weighing in the savings that a personal item that I just mentioned would save you. So just remember, it's free. After you establish exactly what you're going to do, you start thinking of packing. Just exactly what I need for the length of time that I'm going to be gone, and all the necessities. You know, clothes, personal items, my camera, cell phone, chargers, makeup, or whatever. The next step that I do is I start a pre-trip packing. I kind of lay everything out on the bed, and I start putting it in my bag so I know exactly where I stand, since I'm relying on that free personal item. So this is what I'm gearing this video to. I'm gearing it to the adventurous ones, those who live by the thought that I think I can. Well, Karen and I have found that flying with nothing more than this personal item, allowed by most all airlines, we can comfortably get all the necessities packed into one bag. The size of the carry-on can vary between airlines, so be sure just Google the airline that you choose by asking this simple question: what are the dimensions of a personal item allowed by such and such airline? This size usually measures somewhere between 17 and 18 inches tall, by 14 to 15 inches wide, and by 8 inches thick, which is pretty standard. The thing that you have to keep in mind is that your personal item has to fit under the seat of the person in front of you and not obstruct your own path of the seat of the aisle that you sit on. I assure you that if you pack correctly, you can equip yourself with all you need for at least 7 to 8 days on your next adventure. You can purchase pre-approved item bags on Amazon, like this one that Karen and I bought. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll show you better in a minute. Before our last adventure, we flew Spirit Airline, and these bags are Spirit Airline approved. It measures 18 by 14 by 8. Remember, the size overall must include the handles and wheels, and we don't have any of those. I think we paid somewhere around $10 each for them, and like I said, we didn't have any wheels or handles. And as I said, that's correctly packed. It can equip you with just about everything you need. And let's be honest, I know you've probably done it yourself. We used to carry a lot of things with us and wind up wearing the same few pairs of pants or shorts, socks, and shoes, for more than one day. Nobody knows you, so. Anyhow, the truth of it is we pack ourselves a change of underwear, some shirts for each day, a couple of pairs of shoes, a pair of socks, personal items such as makeup, toothbrush, combs, deodorant, and such, and you pretty much got everything you need for a great adventure. I think once you pack these things, you can see for yourself that you can still add an extra pair of trousers, maybe a swimsuit, an extra skirt or two for women, and you'll still have room. Everything you see here on this table is about what I took when we took our trip to the Springs in Florida. And I'll kind of go through it with you where you'll see all this. It's a lot. And it all fit in that travel bag that I'm telling you about, that free personal item that you can carry on to most airlines. And I think you'll find once I show you this and then I take the time to pack it for you, you'll understand. Of course, I had my mask and my snorkel, very important when you're diving in these springs. This right here is a micro fiber towel that Karen and I bought a couple of these. You know, we're getting in and out of these springs and traveling to and from different areas to see these springs. These things right here are kind of like when you're shimmying off your car, it dries you off real quick. Like you got this trusty rope that I took. Why did I take this rope with me? I took this rope for multiple reasons. One of the reasons was that I could string it across the car, hang these towels up on our next destination time we get there, because these things dry ultimately quick. They were dry when we got there. But also when we were tubing or anything in the water, we could tie off together. Or when we got to the hotel, we didn't have enough places to put towels or swimsuits. So that was very handy. Didn't think any. Of course, I had my, never liked losing my sunshades when I'm in water, so I got that I take with me. Of course, I had my trusty GoPro camera. I used my telephone a lot. My stick to hold it underwater, and when I was walking, being very unsteady. But anyhow, I'm gonna get better at that. Got these things that were packed in that bag. Water shoes. These right here are very important. If you don't have any when you get there, you can buy them at Walmart. They're just a few dollars. You can throw them away if you want to. I had a pair that I took, so I already knew that I could pack them. I didn't like them when I got there, so I threw them away, and we picked these up at Walmart. So anyhow, and here's some that I ordered before I went. And this is so when we went out at night and we eat dinner, but you know, more fancy. Besides the tennis shoes that I wore when I took, so I had those, I had these, and I had my water shoes between the three of them. I wore these a lot, these cute little things. When we rode the Jolly Trolley up and down the coastline, and when we went out at night, you know, kind of kept up. But anyhow, had those packed in there. About 4 or 5 pairs of socks, you know, we had them in there. These right here, Karen and I bought the bags. This bag right here, I'm not going to take it out of here, but this is kind of like a real compact backpack. And this is when we were going out, you know, and we weren't necessarily going to the springs that day, like when we were Jolly Trolley riding, going out to supper. We always packed this thing. We would put things in it, such as a swimsuit, plus our towels, our phones, anything else like that. I could wear it on my back as we were walking around sightseeing and so forth. That's when we went out and wanted to be vulnerable. But anyhow, then we bought this one. This one was great. I could put my snorkel fins, camera, Karen's personal items. We put food in there, snacks, things that we always had, kind of like a beach bag. We used it when we went to the springs, so it was a spring bag. We'll spring this on you. But anyhow, we had that. Oh, this is my favorite. I got this little bald spot on top of my head, so when I was swimming, I was always blistering right there. So come up with a big idea. I went to Walmart and I bought me this that I put on my head. Then I could put my mask back on, you know, and I could swim without my top of my head getting. So had that. Of course, my medicines and stuff that we put in there that we could fly with: deodorant, toothpaste, sunscreen, mouthwash, men's cologne. You know, about 1.3 is all they allow. We put it in a clear plastic bag, so when we go through TSA, there's not a lot of trouble getting through. They can see what's in it. We packed that type thing. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of shorts that I put in there. I think I got 8 days of underwear. You know, you always gotta have one extra one. But anyhow, that's about what I took. I think I've got 8 shirts here, 8 different shirts. You know, I wore these, and these are another thing that we did, especially around the water and stuff. These are those dry fit. I think I ordered about 4 or 5 of them off the Amazon. Great, you can put them right on when you're wet. They'll absorb it, dry real quick, like real easy to pack. So anyhow, and one of our favorite things right here was this little thing right here that when you go through TSA, if you're drinking coffee or anything before you get there, they won't let you through with it. So you get inside there, you don't want to go and buy expensive water there at the airport. Take this little booger, take the lid off of it, put it in there, and you can, or have a lot of fun just doing this and entertaining kids, you know, on the flight or anywhere else, but you squirt water in your eyes too. But anyhow, that just attaches to the side of our bag. So those are the things. I may have taken a few more things, to be honest with you, but these are the type of things that I took. I think I got a picture I'm going to show before exactly what I took the last time, but anyhow, just wanted to show you that you can pack and you can save money by putting things in a personal bag or a personal item and not paying for a carry-on or checking luggage unless you absolutely have to. But anyhow, we'll be right back with you and I'll show you how I pack every bit of this in there. Well, I'm back. Now I'm going to start loading this thing so you can see what I'm talking about, packing our bags, put as much as we can in it. I think I told you about our beach towel. I'm going to start out by putting it on the bottom because it is very flat. I told you about a couple of bags that we bought from Amazon. That'll be next. Put them on the bottom. The other one right in there. That's 2 bags in there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my shoes in there. Remember these good-looking shoes that I'm going to wear as I'm riding the Jolly Trolley? They're going in there next. Anyhow, kind of put them in there like that side by side. Then my beach shoes, or my shoes that I wear in the springs themselves, which everybody needs a pair of because it kind of gets rocky in there sometimes, got shells in it. So I put those in the bottom of it. As I'm coming on up, I think the next thing that I'll start doing is putting my, I can just throw my underwear in there. No, I'm not. I'm going to wait on my underwear. I'm going to put my pants in there. So I start over in one corner. There's 1 pair of pants. There's 2 pairs of pants. 3 pairs of pants. 4 pairs of pants. There's another one in there somewhere. There it is. 5 pairs of pants. Still growing. Still got plenty of room, see? So we're going to start with the shirts. I'm going to count them as I go. 1. There's a long sleeve. We'll count that one as 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Oh Lord, have I got 9? Ooh, I think I got 9. I got 9 right here. I got a corner right there. And look at this underwear. I got to put this underwear in here, remember? Got to have a change for every day. So there goes 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair, 6 pair, and 7 pair. We got 7 days worth anyhow. And then we're going to do our socks. Well, oh, wait a minute. I got another pair of underwear trying to run off on me. There's 8 pair of underwear just in case. But anyhow, I got 1 pair of socks, 2 pairs of socks, 3 pairs of socks, 4 pairs of socks. I'm going to the beach, so I'm not always going to wear socks, so that's plenty of them. So then we're going to go from there. We're going to go to my camera. Let's go. I put my camera in the case. And like I said, I don't have my charger, but you can get the idea. It's not going to take up a lot of room. You see, I still got a lot of rooms in this thing. A lot of room. So we're going to put it in there. Well, I'm going to need my stick that I film with, holding it while I'm underwater. That goes right there as well. That right there attaches to the outside. So you see, I've got everything in there with all this room left on a personal item. A personal item. And what's next? I usually put my fins right in here, or I tuck them right along the side. I didn't bring them, darn it. But anyhow, you kind of get the gist. I can put my mask over here. I can get this over here. Look, I've still got room to put whatever I want in here. You see, a lot of room. Lots of room still. Oh yeah, I forgot this. I gotta get that in there too. Well, that'll take up a little bit of that room, but I've still got plenty of room. Now, all I gotta do is zip it up. And look at here. I'm still within the guidelines of the airline. What I like to do, Karen and I both do, is these come with a strap. You see how sometimes you want to fatten down, kind of like you want to fatten down. But anyhow, we got a strap. And there's the strap. We put this strap right across the middle. We pull it over here and we snug it up, and that brings it further up like that. But you kind of get the idea. There's a lot of packing can go on in this thing, and it will save you. See, I mentioned a while ago about my little, Karen and I both got one of these. You can't carry anything through the checkpoint at TSA, so if you get you an expensive coffee before you get there, you can pour it away. wasted. But anyhow, to get past them, because of the liquid amount that you can carry through there, you got to empty everything. So we attach these right here to our bags. Once we pass TSA, we can go to the water fountain and we can fill that up, and we can walk in to the airplane with it, get a drink anytime we want to, and we can play the accordion for monkeys if we want to. But anyhow, you get the idea. That thing came from Amazon, probably $8 a piece. Handy little booger. But anyhow, you kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to say. You still got a lot of room right here. I've got a few other things that I might have forgot that I packed, but every bit of it fit in there, and it will for you too. And if you got any questions about it, reach out to us and I'll answer them best I can. I don't mind sharing this stuff with you, and I hope you got something out of it. There's one thing that I always like to end with, and I think you know what it is if you've been watching long enough. Adventure's calling. We just answered cheaper.